guys, so I wanted to come on here today because I'm really upset. I guess maybe this is a little bit of like a life update, but so I have been, dog barking, sorry. I have been job hunting since even before I graduated from college. So I've been job hunting for about a year and a half, and I've applied to probably over 500 jobs, and I've only had a few interviews. I've talked to maybe not as many people as I should have been, but I'm continuously trying to reach out, talk to people, do whatever I possibly can. And I took a whim. Someone was looking for a replacement for their job, and it was a social media coordinator, which is one of the jobs that I've been working towards applying, or one of the jobs I've been applying for, working towards getting into that field. I'm really looking to be in some sort of creative advertising, and obviously I do YouTube, not a lot of followers or whatever, but you know, I'm trying to be creative in whatever way possible. I do this, I understand social media, and I understand advertising, that's what my degree is in. So really trying to do something with that. As one option, I've also been learning graphic design, teaching it to myself, because my college wasn't really that type of college, and I didn't really do as much as maybe I could have in college, but I think that's a lot of it too is just my college was not that type of college where you go there and there's a lot to do. It was more of a commuter school. Yes, it was still a great education, it was still a state school, which is amazing, but it's not like other state schools where there's so many other extracurriculars, people super involved in campus life. Most people commuted, lived in the area. So it really wasn't the type of school, so I didn't have a lot of those experiences. And then COVID hit my junior year. So all those internships I started applying for my junior year of college went out the window. And senior year wasn't very many internships either. And then after college, no one wants to accept me because I'm not in college. So you can't really get an internship because they don't want to pay you. So you need a place, they're not even gonna look at your application unless you're in college. That being said, like I said in my last video, I was really excited for a job interview I had on Wednesday, which for me was yesterday. Actually, when I posted my last video, this happened earlier in the day. Basically, I got an email last week telling me that this job that I had reached out to somebody about, them trying to find a replacement for themselves, that when they recommended me, it was finally, and that was a few months ago, finally getting an email from this company now being like, hey, you were recommended by this person, we're going to set up an interview, here's the days available, pick whichever one works for you. Make sure you look at our social media platforms. You're going to be asked about what you would do differently. Normal. I was so excited because I knew what the pay was, I knew what the job was, and I already looked into the company because I, 2 months ago, had talked to the person who was trying to find a replacement for themselves. So that being said, I was super excited. Day before, so Tuesday, I spent all day Tuesday looking through their social medias. I'd already looked at them beforehand. I already kind of got an idea of what I would do differently, but I really sat down all day Tuesday, went through their analytics, went through their numbers, compared their numbers to other numbers from other companies, sat down, really methodically wrote out exactly what my plan would be for revamping their social medias. Really into it. Then I had to leave to go to work. So I spent all day doing that. 6 o'clock comes around, I have to go to work. I go to work, I don't get home till 12:30, and when I get home, I realize, you know, what I really should do is do a few designs, make a few different examples of what I would do for their social media. Take a post that they already made and say, hey, this is the post that you have, here's what I would do. Look at the difference, this versus this. And here's a few of mine that we could choose from, depending if you want to keep these certain colors, if you like whatever the company wants to do. Here's what I would do personally, and then here are some company-based ones that if you want to keep aspects of what you already have, right? Options. So don't finish that until around 2 a.m., 2:30. My interview is at 9:30 a.m. So I get up at 8:30, I pour myself a cup of coffee, I do a little bit of light makeup, I pick an outfit, I do my hair, like I make sure I look presentable, professional, but still cute, important. And this meeting isn't just with like a hiring manager or recruiter or whatever, it's with the CEO of the company. So I thought that like, oh, if she likes me, then this is it. Like I really thought I had a chance at getting this job. So I sit down, I get on Zoom, I'm super nervous, I have everything written out in front of me, I have my pages, I have my iPad with my designs on it to show her through Zoom. I get on, she comes in, we say hello, how you doing? Really nice to meet you, thank you for your time, like thank you for being here. And then she immediately goes, we don't want you. I looked at your portfolio is wonderful, you're really talented, you have great designs, but you don't have the experience. So we need someone with experience for this. It's a very high profile job, but I wanted to come on here and talk with you anyway. Social media coordinator positions, because I've applied to many of these, they're about as entry level as you can get. Their experience usually says 1 to 2 years. It's always labeled as an entry level position. And that's what it is. It's about as entry level as you can get until you get higher up within coordinating and you become a manager, social media manager. Like it goes higher. But coordinator is basically entry level. Again, I have been building my portfolio. I have been working really hard trying to network, but I'm not getting anything. Getting a job without any experience is super difficult, so having this in and having someone who's like, I recommend this person, here's their stuff. And because I was meeting with the CEO, I really thought I had a shot at this. I was really excited. I was completely thrown off guard by her saying, that they didn't want me. So I didn't have any questions. I was fully thrown off guard. I was really upset. I was trying to hold it together. Because the second that call hung up, sobbing. I lost it. All day yesterday, I laid in bed, I did nothing. For some people, maybe hearing that would motivate them to do stuff. I have been working so hard. I'm so done with the job I have right now. I hate it. It's the worst company I've ever worked for. My coworkers are fantastic. I love them to death. But it's a horrible, horrible work environment. Horrible customers. Horrible everything. I'm so done. I've been done for months. And I thought this was my way out. I thought I finally had something that was tangible, that I was going to be done. I was ready to put in my 2 weeks by the end of this week. I thought I was going to have something. I was ready to move on and live my professional life the way I want to. Not working in a restaurant, not having shitty hours, not having shitty shifts, not having horrible managers, horrible environment. I thought I was done. I thought I was done being pissed constantly. I thought I was done with that and I could put it aside and start my career. And that didn't happen. I just want to come in here and talk about it because I'm sure there's other people that are coming out of college or have in my situation where we've been out of college for a year and still not getting anything. It's hard. I feel you if you're going through it. You're not alone. And it sucks. It's so difficult because COVID happened at the worst possible time. I have no experience. I got no internships. Now I can't even get internships. And no company is willing to hire me because I don't have any experience. But how am I supposed to get experience if no one's willing to give me a chance? And I think that's another really hard thing about COVID right now. And even though it's coming towards an end, a lot of things are still remote, not everything. A lot of things are still remote or hybrid. A lot of the time for an interview, it's not going to be in person. You're going to start out over the phone, Zoom, and maybe eventually get to in person. But even then, like this interview that I had was over Zoom. And this was probably, with the CEO, so it would have been like the last round of interviews, right? Or you would talk to them again or whatever. But there's such a difference between talking to someone over the phone, talking to someone over Zoom. Yes, it's better than over the phone, but it's still not being in person. Every job I've ever gotten has been because I walked into a place with a resume in my hand and said, "Hi, I want a job. Like, are you guys hiring? Here's my skill set, here's a resume." Honestly, a lot of the time, they'll grab my resume, we'll go sit down and have a conversation. That is how I have gotten every single job I've ever had. And not being able to do that now, again, maybe it's different in a more professional corporate environment rather than, some type of service, food service, whatever, retail, whatever it was. Maybe it's different. But unless you can get in a room with someone and really show them what you can do, really show them what you're made of, and you don't have the experience, then you're not going to get anywhere. And so that's what's really difficult right now. And even having this Zoom call, this meeting, because I'm not going to call it an interview because it wasn't, this meeting that I had that she still wanted to have for me again, because I was thrown off guard, I don't know why she wanted to talk to me. I wish that's something I knew, but I don't. And talking with friends and family about it, that's like the first question is, well, why does she still want to talk to you? What was the point of that? And I don't know. I was so thrown off guard because I thought it was an interview. The way it was phrased to me through email was that this was going to be an interview. I was prepared for an interview, not to have an informational interview or a discussion. Like, I was prepared to be interviewed. So I don't know what the purpose of that call was. I don't know why she still wanted to talk to me. And I really wish that I did. But because I was so thrown off guard, and because I still don't know that answer, like, I spent an entire day doing research on this company, researching their numbers, their analytics, going through their social media. I was up till 2 a.m. doing new designs for them to show what I could do for them specifically. And I didn't even get to talk about any of that. I didn't get to show my designs. I didn't get to talk about what it was that, like, how I felt. And honestly, like, their Instagram, their social media, like their Twitter, their Facebook, everything, it sucks. Like, and I showed it to some friends too. I was like, look at this. Like, look how awful this is. And it's horrible. And I was talking to a friend yesterday. I was sobbing on the phone to her after this interview. And she literally goes, well, do you want to work for a company that's like that anyway? Now you have an example when you go into other interviews, actual interviews for the same type of job, to be like, here's an example of a really awful social media and here's how you would have done it differently, and show that you kind of know what you're talking about in that sense. But like, I was really upset. I'm still upset. It still hurts a little bit because I'm confused. I don't know why I had this meeting. And then also, I was up till 2 a.m. doing stuff for this company, trying to be prepared and ready. And I guess maybe that's an experience of going through and being like, okay, now this is like how much time it takes to do something like this. So in the future, like, give yourself some more time so you're not up till 2 a.m. doing it. I don't know. But I'm upset about it. I feel like maybe I learned something, but I don't think I'm in the mind space right now to really sit there and think about what it is. Maybe next week I'll sit down and really think about it and see what my lesson is from this. But right now, I'm just upset. I'm a little confused. I feel a little defeated. Not a little, a lot. I feel really defeated because I have been working so hard. I finally thought I was done. I finally thought I had something. I finally thought I was getting out of this horrible situation that I'm in currently with my job. So, yeah, that was my last couple days. I hope maybe me talking about this, I know it helped me to just sit down, and I've talked to other people already about it, but there's something about really sitting down and just sharing my feelings completely and not having any feedback, because talking to other people about they're going to give you feedback, sometimes you don't need that. Sometimes you just need someone to listen. And so right now, my camera, you guys are just here to listen, and I hope that maybe this helps somebody else, someone else that's struggling to get a job, that's working really hard, who also feels defeated. We got this. We're gonna push through. We're gonna get there. And sometimes you just gotta take a day. I took yesterday to just sit in my sadness, not wallow. I was not wallowing, but to sit in my sadness, sit in my feelings. Try to entertain myself in whatever way, by playing games on my phone, by watching a funny movie, doing whatever I needed to do, but take a day. Sometimes you need to. If you're just grinding and grinding and grinding, applying for jobs, talking to people, trying to connect on LinkedIn, doing X, Y, Z, all of this, and working whatever job you're working, that, you know, if it's not your career, even if it is your career and it's not something you want to be in, sometimes just take a day, if you're working really hard to get out of where you are, to just sit, reflect, or sit and feel, because we all need to do that sometimes. Breathe. We got this. I really hope that this helps someone else out there. Thank you so much for watching and being my venting machine, listening to what I have to say. We'll see how long this is in itself. Maybe this will be its own video. Maybe I'll see you in the next clip for something else, maybe a little more fun, hopefully more fun than this. But if not, thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you guys next week. Bye.